Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? Man, we're strong. We are strong out the gate. So I took a trade pretty close after the open, just because we came out down a previous day high pretty quick. So I had to take that, but it was a previous day high, all-time high retest here on SPY. And that was too clean. That was too easy. So I had to take it. Yeah, just like a really easy retest of this all-time high previous day high. As soon as I saw this hold, I started, and then I added on this confirmation. So the close, starter, close, scaled out around here, and then waited for the high day. Had to take it. That was too clean. So let's see what happens here now. Let's wait for a setup. I want to see Q's close above pre-market high or a retest into previous day high. This is going to be my main watch. So I wrote in the group, I want to see a previous day high, all-time high retest, just like I did on SPY this morning. Same exact setup. I want to see a retest of this previous day high. If we can close really bullish here, like if we can have a nice close, then a pre-market high retest works too. But we're very extended. We're very expensive. We're like $12 away from this gap. So I'm going to wait for now. I want to see a 15 candle closure. IWM looks good. IWM closed above our all-time highs. I just didn't want to start with IWM today. It looks good, but last 3 IWM trades I took did not work. So I'm just like, I don't know how much I care for IWM right now. But if you look at this high right here, we just broke past. We got this big high right here, and mega bullish for sure. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. 15-minute candle closed above. So it definitely closed above. Nice bullish candle. So if we can get a nice retest into this all-time high 13 EMA, then it's worth a stab. So we also got 10 a.m. news today. We got news in 7 minutes here. Let's check that out real quick. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had to say good morning to my son. Cute guy came in here to give me a hug, so I always got to make time for that. All right. I think it's best to wait on news. I got badly burnt not doing that. Well, I did wait for news last time. It was a little delayed. So I want to wait on news. Like, this looks good for now. Like, I like this, but I'm just going to wait for news. Just going to wait for all this to settle. I'm in no rush today. It's Monday. It's Monday. I don't want to start with a loss on a Monday. I want to have good size on my first trade and then build a little cushion, maybe take a second trade. We'll see. But so far, I'll kind of want to see how the next 5 to 10 minutes settles here. Q's is looking good-ish right now, kind of doji, But if we can get a nice body closure here, like, you know, around the highs, not a huge wick at top, then I'd be looking for something there. Sorry, happy Tuesday, Randy. That's right.
Do you mind if you come into my room? I won't. If you come to my room, I'll just be sitting on my racetrack.
Oh, okay.
Setting up my cars.
Sounds good, buddy.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I don't like long weekends, Randy. I don't like long weekends, to be honest. Not a fan. So Q's is doing a nice retest of this pre-market high right now, but news in 4.5 minutes. Not taking that. Randy, are you in anything today? Did you already take something? IWM 15-minute looks pretty gross. Look at that 15-minute. So let's see how this thing closes. It's retesting our zone right now. So nice retest of that zone. It sucks, man, because it's not lining up. Like this retest is just not lining up right now with news in 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So just gonna wait it out here. SPY, man, this was so nice. I wish it lined up with the live stream, but it happened really quick. It happened 2, 4, 6 to 8 minutes out of open. I don't usually trade this fast out the open, but I can't resist a previous day high, all-time high retest. I cannot resist that. That is something I cannot resist. I'll show you guys what I did here. Is right here. So previous day high retest. This I did not get in, but as soon as this thing started surging, I started around here, and then when we closed, I added 2 more. I de-risked at the 13 EMA and at the high a day. So that was really damn nice. I love that trade. I cannot resist a previous day high retest, even if it's 6 to 8 minutes at the open. That was too good. So a nice little start today to my day. $300. Nice little trade. So let's see how we develop here. We need to wait for the news. 16 positions, nothing new here. Nothing new. Crazy. What's looking good right now? Should we pull something up? Were you saying Dell in the morning on the Discord? What's Dell doing? Yeah, Dell looking good, hey? Nice 4-hour candle. Daily looks strong. I want to retest at 265. Sucks, it's so far away. I really wanted this 222 level, but it just never came back. It came so close and it just never tagged me. I should have been watching it closer. So news is in 1.5 minutes. Q's, oh man, look at that bounce off pre-market high. Damn it. Let's see how this 15 closes. So 15 closes in 1 minute. It's going to close really nice. So I'm just going to wait here. IWM consolidating. SPY not really doing anything, but Q's is looking really good. Q is looking really strong. So I'm going to dial into the Q. Just got to wait for this closure here. 30 seconds. Hopefully the news isn't delayed today. I really hope the news isn't delayed like it was for me on, I think it was Thursday. I was in a position, it was going well, and then the news came like 7 minutes after it was scheduled. I don't know what happened there, but gave me a nice size loss. Okay, 5 seconds. There's the news. Big pop. Okay, so 15 bar close really nice. 15 bar close as nice as you want it. So this is as good as it's going to get, right? Like a huge candle body close above the pre-market high. Small wick at the bottom, really nice. So mega bullish here. Let's see what happens at this 13 EMA. Okay, so I want to see a retest of this 13 or a flag into this high day. Kind of what I'm looking for here. $15 close really good. SPY in the middle of nowhere, but we have room until 751.68, so got a good amount of room on SPY. IWM moving. That was that perfect retest, but right at news. So I don't want to take that right at news, but perfect, like textbook retest. Yeah, it's too bad, man, because this is really nice, IWM, but right at news, literally 4 minutes before news, so I don't want to do that. Q's coming back in. Let's see if it holds that 13 EMA high day area. So retested this 13, stop below it for me. All right, she's coming in. I like the controlled retest here. Nice and slow. Wow, IWM. Wow. Damn. Look at IWM. Beautiful. Just so textbook. So textbook. 13. Previous all-time high. Just so pretty. So pretty. Hold that one. That one's a hold. It just looks so healthy. Okay, so if I get in a little bit earlier before this 13, I'm going to add. on a flag break, but I want to see ideally it just come a little bit lower here. Little bit lower. What's up? Hey, how you doing, bro? Took some Amazon, Randy. Nice. Yeah, we're strong, man. We're strong. I want to see this retest come in right here. Waiting. Okay, I might get a starter in pretty quick here. And an add at the 13. Come down a little bit lower for me. Man, IWM looks so good. Just bad timing. Look at IWM. Just so pretty. This looks so healthy. Okay, Q's looks good here. So looking to get a starter here pretty quick. Stop is going to be below that 13. Right here. Okay, I'm in
Order
two
filled.
contracts here. I'm looking to add 2 more. So if we come back and consolidate around the 13 EMA, I'm going to add 2 more. Or potentially even before that. So let's see. SPY has room. So I want to look at the SPY for sort of my de-risking area. So like as soon as we get here, I'll be looking to take some off because I know likely be jumping from there. So let's see. I do want to add though. I'm only in half here. I want to add some more. So this is going to be my stop, like around here. So I'm not taking any off until that alarm goes off. So really nice. Really nice. Nice flag break. Didn't quite touch the 13. So I'm only in half here. So let's see what happens. So I really want to add more, but just giving it a sec. Want to see some more holds. I just don't like how SPY is under pre-market high, because that's going to be a bounce point for SPY for sure, or some sort of reaction anyway. Let's see if we get a retest. I'll add some more. This thing never usually just flies anyways. It usually does some sort of 1 or 2 more retests after that flag break. So let's see it come down to the 13 to hold, and I'll add some more. I want to be close to my risk point. I don't want to be far away from my risk. Nice, Randy. Good stuff on Amazon, man. Good job. IWM. That was the cleanest one today. Just unfortunate timing, but that was so clean. Just so textbook and clean. That's all good. Let's cash this 2R on Qs. Let's cash this 2R on Qs. Worst case, we'll read out on another 13 pop, but for now, I'm just I'm in half my position here because I'm assuming this thing's gonna come back and retest that 13 again, for real this time. So let's see. So a hold of this zone, wicking off this 13. I'm gonna add more. So this is looking really good. Morning, Legacy Football. What's up, bro? Guapo is in here. Yep, he's in there. Small push before the drop, I think, Agop says. Well, I'm in a long, sir, so let's see what's up. Let's see what happens. My AVAF call was good. Already up 12 points. Attaboy. Good job, Randy. Is that Juge? Legacy Football, I think he's talking to you. It's me, yeah, you big Turk. There he is. Boys are back at it. All right, so let's see if we can get that 13 EMA retest for an ad. I want to add some more. It's looking really good. This is my risk right underneath the zone, so I'm going to mark it here. This is my risk zone right here. Beauty though, moving really nice and healthy, but I want to see a retest of this 13 before I add. So as much as I want to see this thing run, I wanted to see a retest of that 13 so I can get in full. But I mean, it is what it is. I'd rather get in half and not miss the move than get in full way up here and have like just be exposed for no reason. So looking pretty good. If we hit 2R on this, I'll de-risk before we get that 13 retest. Or we add at that 13. That's looking really good. That's healthy, man. That's looking good. There we go. There's that pop. Beautiful, man. Beautiful call. Beautiful call. Textbook stuff. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. I hope somebody took that with me. I really hope somebody took that with me. That was textbook. That was textbook. So if you're new in here, guys, please, obviously subs to the channel. And if you're not in the Discord, get into Discord. It's a link in the bio. I made this plan in the cord. It was a pre-market plan. I posted it, and it's playing out exactly like I said, right? So we wanted a 15-minute candle closure above pre-market high was one of our setups that we wanted. The other setup we wanted was a retest of this previous day high. Obviously didn't get it. But as soon as we closed here on this 15 mega bullish, that's when we started dialing in that entry. So didn't get in here because of the news. We wanted to wait for the news, but this was our entry right here. Right here. So I did want to see a 13 tap for some ads. So I'm only in half, but it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. SPY approaching pre-market high. So if we approach pre-market high, I want to de-risk because this is likely going to be a bounce point. We've got major resistance up here, so I want to wait for that to hit in order to scale, or my 2R. Ideally, my 2R hits before that. But we're getting close and we're getting extended, so let's see. Let's see how she goes. Randy, you're in? Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So we hit 2R. I'll take half off, and then I'll trail the rest candle by candle. That's kind of my plan. So hit 2R, take half off, and then whatever the low is of the previous candle, I'll just trail it like that. Just because I'm not in very much, I can't hold a runner that easily when I'm only have 2 contracts here. Never really gave me the opportunity to add, so it is what it is. See if we get it. SPY looking a little weakish. But we got room to pre-market high on SPY, so hopefully this thing hits our zone before SPY does. Let's see. So far looking good. Nothing wrong with this chart. Just need one more push into these highs, and then we should hit that 2R. Mr. Agot predicted a big pop and a big drop. Let's see. Hopefully, I get my big pop before that big drop. Oh man, that looks good. I love those bursts. Those are just healthy candles. Those big bursts are just nice pockets of buyers coming in. Really nice, man. Really nice. I'm going to move that stop loss. Yeah, this thing's not going red on me anymore. This is break even or take profit. Definitely not letting this thing go red on me. But I want to hear that alarm. I'm not touching shit before that alarm hits, so. IWM, I know, Randy. I know, I see it, but I'm just going to focus on this. IWM's looking really nice. IWM on the 2-minute red at that 13. I know. I'm watching it too. Side of my eye here. But I'm just going to focus in on this for now. I want to hear that alarm. Give me that dopamine. Give me that dopamine sound. Let's go. Almost there. Okay, SPY is approaching pre-market high. So this is what I'm seeing right now. So pre-market high on SPY. I don't want to be holding into that pre-market high retest. So I'm going to take one off right here. I'm going to take one off right here. Let's see if this thing continues for a second. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take one off right there. Just because of where we are on SPY, I don't want this thing to reject big time on me. So I'm going to trail this thing now. And that is looking freaking beautiful, man. Look at that. Oh, man, that's nice. Let's go. Legacy Football, thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. There's that alarm. I took it a little bit earlier because of that SPY resistance zone, but it is what it is. Man, that's nice. What a way to start a Monday. Great job, boys. Great job. Thanks for sharing, bro. Appreciate it. Hopefully we get some football fans that want to make some cash. Okay, so I'm going to trail this thing pretty tight now. So I want to see another push. So we got a minute and a half on this candle, and what I'm thinking is there's that SPY alarm right there. Okay. So fuck, if I was in full size, this would be a nice size winner, but I never got that 13 retest. God damn it. I wish I got it right here, like this 13. I wanted to see a touch. I wanted to touch. Yeah, that's the dinner bell. That's the old dinner bell. Come down for dinner, boys. We gotta eat. We gotta eat on that QQQ. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna trail this thing now. So we got a minute, less than a minute on this candle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my stop underneath this candle. So if this thing wants to run, great. If it wants to take me out, all good. I hit my target. But I want to see this thing. I want to see this thing hit up a little bit more. But it is due for a pullback. We're getting extended from that 13. So let's see. We got a minute left. Not even. We got like 30 seconds on this candle. So let's see what happens on this candle. So SPY is rejecting pre-market high currently. Kind of what we thought. So I'm going to wait a second and I'm going to get out pretty soon here. I'm going to wait 10 seconds and I want to see where this candle lands. I want to see some bottom wicks off this candle here. So let's see. And if we break the lows of this candle, I'm out. Let's see. The low of this candle is my risk now. Hopefully we get a surge, another little push up. We are getting extended for sure. I mean, we're gapping up. We're up 15 points from the lows, more. We're up more than 15 points from the lows. So let's see. We're squeezing though, man. Like it's looking squeezy. It's looking lemon squeezy out here. For sure. Shorts are getting their faces ripped off right now, I'm sure. So stop is going to be for me right here. I'm just going to set it and forget it. Right there. That's my stop. So it is pretty tight, but I just wasn't able to go full size. I was only in half size here, so unfortunately I can't risk half of these profits on this runner. So I'm gonna trail it pretty tight. But fuck, man, look how beautiful this is. Look how perfect this is, boys. This is so nice. Like this was the A+ setup of the day. Very, very clean. Zero headaches. Just beautiful, man. So the reason I de-risked where I did is because of this pre-market high on SPY. Major resistance zone. So obviously if, surge is past this high, it's likely going to continue because people probably had the same idea, right? They want to short this top, just like Mr. Agop here wanted to short this top. But if this blasts through the highs, people are going to get their faces ripped off right up here. So either rejects or continues. Let's see. You took that scalp. What did you take? Previous drop. Okay, nice. Set your stop above those candles, bro. Because if this thing rips, I don't know. It's looking really strong, man. It's looking really strong. And even though SPY looks like it could be rejecting, look what Q's is doing. Q's is not looking weak, and that's gonna bring the SPY up. So looking really good. I'm thinking like my next target will probably be 730.50. Randy, what are your indicators saying for target on this? You had that 749 call last time and it was literally so spot on. What do you think on target for Qs based on your indicators? What are you thinking here? Because I'm thinking 70 30 50 is kind of like the next psych level. And then after that, we're looking at 70.31 would be the next zone after that. So if this thing allows me to trail this thing candle by candle, I'm kind of looking at these zones right here. But my stop is going to be where I set it for now, right down here. But to me, it's looking squeezy, man. This thing is looking squeezy because every dip is being soaked. It's being soaked. So already above it, extended, just trail. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trailing. But like this is, like, look at that. Look at that. Man. Man, what a call. What a call. 730.50 is my next spot. 70.31 my next spot. So I'm going to trail this thing tight. If we get to 730.50, I'm going to start trailing it a little tighter. You said it, Randy. You did, man. You did. Pre-market expect to squeeze that open. You sure did say that. Major value, Randy. Thank you, man. Squeezy. Looking squeezy, man. I think this thing hits my zone. $70, $30, $50. I think we hit it, man, because this thing is not showing any signs of slowing down at all. So I'm going to trail this thing even tighter, just up here now. I'm going candle by candle. So this is the beauty about trailing candle by candle, is this thing can rip till wherever it wants. And I'm just going candle by candle here. We got 50 seconds left on this one. So as soon as we close on this one, I'm going to move my stop again. All right, so we're trailing. We're trailing now. So let's see, man, because I don't want to give this back. So we're very extended here. We're almost at my next target zone. Let's see if we can push. SPY rejecting. Let's see if it's going to take me out. Almost took me out there. SPY rejecting that pre-market high. AGOP had a good call there. All right, that took me out. There it is.
Stop filled.
Beautiful trade, man. Beautiful trade. Love it. Love it, man. That was such a nice trade. What a nice trade. So we didn't quite get our next target zone, for me anyway. But that was beautiful. Let's see how much we got. We got 3.3 on our money. Like, Can't beat that, man. Can't beat that. Gorgeous trade. Damn, you're still in. Thanks, Ego. Appreciate it, bro. Took one more short. Good luck, man. It's looking strong. Be careful with this thing. I know SPY's rejecting that pre-market high, but just be careful with your stops. I wish I was still in, to be honest. I really wish I was in full here, man. Like, I really wanted to get in another retest here. I was planning to get in right here and add 2 more contracts. I'd be a lot more okay with holding some, but I only had half my position. So either that, either I missed that trade and wait for that 13, like, and it never would have come, or I get in half and then hit a monster trade. So pretty easy decision there. So called this out, right? Like this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem because Q is well above pre-market high, obviously super extended, and SPY was lagging, and always this was the inevitable resistance zone that was waiting. So this is why I de-risked where I did, because this was obviously going to be something that SPY needed to overcome. If it can't overcome this level, it's going to drag the Qs down. Like, doesn't look like it now, but if SPY comes down in the middle of the zone here, or even back to previous day high, Q is not going to continue. Q is going to come down to pre-market high or the 48. It's not going to continue. So far it's looking weak, but could just be building energy for the next go, right? Like, we need to see a candle closure above this zone to confirm that, but for now it's just resisting, and it's pretty much just ranging in between the pre-market high and previous day high. So I think where I took my scales was perfect. I wouldn't change anything about this trade besides just wishing I was in full pop. But I wanted a touch at the 13. See it so many times. Flag break, doesn't continue, comes down to the 13, touches it a couple times, and then goes. So just didn't want to get too exposed up here near the highs. That would have been stupid on my part, because if this thing doesn't work and it rejects those highs, then I'm way overexposed and I'm going to take a bigger loss than I wanted. So just don't want to be building bad habits about adding way up here. So I'm okay with that. Randy, you know what's funny about my internet, man, is I paid to get the best possible internet available. I upgraded my internet, and now I have to Wi-Fi off my phone because my internet keeps cutting out. It really pisses me off, and I'm not sure if it's my computer. I have this thing for my computer. I don't know if you understand computers or not, but I got this thing for my computer. It's like this little Wi-Fi connector that I have that connects to my Wi-Fi, and I'm not sure if this thing sucks or it's my internet, but I have a feeling it's this thing. Yeah, like I need to fix this because I deal with this shit every single morning. It's pissing me off. IWM short. Are you short, Randy? Yeah, that 13 did not hold. Starlink. Yeah, I gotta figure something out. I really gotta figure something out. Fucking tell us, man. Stream status poor. Horrible. I'll get it fixed. You're short NQ? God bless you, man. God bless you, sir. Good luck. Nice. Qs. I don't know why you'd want to short this, man. This looks so strong. I wish I was still in, to be honest. I really wish I was still in. God damn it, dude. Look at that. Fucking knew it too, man. But like, yeah, I just didn't have that much size. For sure, Q still long. Like, this thing is so strong. Look how strong this thing is. Damn it, man. There's our target. 70, 30, 50. Surpassed that 70, 30, 50. So that was my next target. And then 70, 31 was my next target after that. Wow. There it is. There it is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Called it, man. I should have just stayed in, but I just didn't have that much size. Crazy push, man. Crazy push. But hey, it's all good. Caught a sick trade. Man, I wish I was still in this. Did you long this little flag right here, Randy? That was a sick long if you did. Or did your stop just not get taken out like mine? Oh, I wish I didn't get taken out. That was so damn nice. So damn nice. It just took me out right here. I just should have just fucking held a little bit. Damn it. Unreal, man. Unreal. So, almost 3.5 on our money. But when it's strong like that, you know it can run for a fucking good second leg too. You know it. Can't for my stop. Nice. Glad you're still in, man. That's nice. What a push. Egg up. I hope you stopped out, bro. I hope you stopped out. I think in order for this thing to look any sort of weak, it needs to have some sort of big breakdown. Like, this is not the breakdown. There's no breakdowns. I think this thing needs to fail hard in order to think this thing is going to break down. Like, it needs a big, big fail. But even then, like, we're above all the levels. We're above everything. We're above pre-market high. We're above previous day high. We're above all-time highs. Like, super strong all day. This thing could run, man. This thing could run a lot. Like, from previous day close, we're up $15. So, let's check what the levels say here. So, day range, we're at 65% on the day's range. So, this thing could keep going. This thing could keep going. IWM reclaimed. IWM, nice bounce off that 48. So like the next potential setup that I would take on this Q would be like a 48 retest. That would be the next potential long that I would be looking at, is a 48. Because typically after such a big move for my EMA system is the initial move, the initial push up, the 13 is going to be my guy. It's going to be my main guy. But if we get a massive run like this, the next retest for me is always looking at the 48. So I think that'll be the next point that we can get a nice bounce off of. And that's just kind of like what IWM did, right? Nice run up, 48, perfect hold off that 48. So when it's really strong, I think the next retest after, it needs a nice little retest. It needs a breather, obviously. So I think that breather comes at the 48. I think that's where we retest, if I had to guess. Man, I wish I was still in, guys. I wish I was still in a lot. Good you stopped out, bro. I'm glad. I hate that meme reversion shit. It's like my biggest losses have come from trying to like short tops or catch knives. Those are like my biggest losses. I just stopped doing that shit. It's enticing because it makes it like, I love shorting tops, man. It's so much fun, but taking big losses all the time is not so much fun. And like those are my biggest losses. And like I feel like it's harder for me to stop out when I'm trying to short tops. So I stopped doing that a long time ago. Just going with the trend now for myself. So another flag forming here, but we're just so extended. We're so extended. So for me, like if I was looking for another long, it'd beat this 48 right here. That 48 needs a touch. Hasn't touched for a good hour almost. So and it didn't even touch here, right? So I kind of like, what I do is I go back and I just look at what EMAs held the most, right? So VWAP has been really good, but super far away. 48's been decent. You can see here how we just surfed the 48 under and then we surfed it over, but like respecting it for the most part. And after such a move, I think that 48 gets touched and it likely holds. But you got to consider here where the pre-market high is. So if you take a stab at the 48, I think a quick stop underneath is valid. You still have a lot of room. You got about $2 to pre-market high. So if you were to retest that 48, I would just let it work, and then if it closes underneath or starts surging underneath, I would just stop out and then just wait for that pre-market high retest. Those would be like the two retests that I would look for. I think this 13 has done its job for now. I think this is really extended. It's held all morning. So I don't think another retest of the 13 is what I would be looking for, because it's just lower probability. The first couple are always the best. Third one's getting a little extended. Again, didn't touch, but still, like, this is just lower probability if you're looking to retest at high a day 13 EMA, in my opinion. So I would be looking at that 48 for a retest. And like, it would have to be a nice clean retest, not a big giant bar into it. So that's what I would do. What's your ATR saying? Because mine's saying 65%, Randy, on Qs. $10. So I don't know, unless my ATR is off. It says 65%. Unless, are you doing pre-market ATR as well? Because I think mine just does market open. I think. Because if we're doing pre-market, like ours is way here, so that would make sense that yours is already at the range. 1171. Yeah, mine must be looking different than yours. So I don't know. It depends if you want to take this 13. If it touches it like really cleanly, you could scalp it. But this thing is extended, so you totally could, man. I mean, it looks healthy. It looks good. Like this retest coming in really nice and slow, so you could try it again. You really could, but if you want better R on your money, this 48 right here and like this high right here that hasn't been retested yet. So you could kind of line it up sort of like this. So you could kind of line it like this. So the body of the SPY confirmed. So this could be a potential long spot as well, but the fact that Q's is so extended, I would just watch Q's and what Q's is gonna do. But yeah, this would be my next retest right here. 13 could easily hold for one more little push up for sure, but if you want a higher probability long, it'd be the 48, in my opinion. Let's see what this 13 does though. All right, that's a big candle into that 13. So I don't know. I don't like those retests. I don't like those big slam downs. See, like, I just don't like that. That's what I was saying. Like, this retest in this 13, if it pops, I think it's going to be short-lived. Okay, there's that 13 failing. $13 EMA trying to hold. I don't think it holds. So, let's see. I think this is worth a stab right here. 728.63, 728.70s. I think this is worth a stab right up here. 48 catching up. So SPY right at pre-market high here. Bouncing right off pre-market high, SPY. Right there. Nice little retest of pre-market high on SPY. Damn, big negative volume right here. Big bar on the volume on that retest. Don't like it. So Q's is looking like it wants to push off that 13, but I think it's going to be short-lived. I really do. And it's like, I don't know, just seems riskier, so I'm going to wait. SPY, big push. All right. I got a couple more minutes in me, then I got to go drive the kid to school. So let's see what happens. Randy, are you still in this? Wow, Micron. Let's see MU. Oh my God, MU. After Trump tweeted about it. Wow. Wow, this thing's going $1,000. I was looking at this thing in the 300s. My God. Holy man, that is crazy. Crazy. Look at MU. What a monster. Randy, do you have any MU? So good read on Qs. I think that was a good read because like I was saying, this is just lower probability here after such an extension. SPY failed. Good read on that. Big fail on SPY. So like personally speaking, like a retest of previous day high is a no-brainer today. So if you can get a retest of here, I would be waiting for this myself today. Like I'll just set that alarm and then just like wait for it to hit and take this retest of this all-time high, previous day high. This is the number one retest for today that I would be watching. And that I'm going to be watching. I want to wait for that retest. That's exactly the trade I took on SPY earlier, was the previous day high retest. This was the exact same trade I took today. Right here. I went long right here and I got out at the highs. Previous day high retest. So Qs has not retested previous day high yet. Look at this zone. We got all-time highs, previous day highs. Has not retested that yet. So if we get a retest of that previous day high, all-time high, I'm going to go long at some point today. That's my plan. Okay, 48's coming. 48 incoming here. Buy, big fail. Big fail underneath pre-market high. All right, appreciate you being on. If you were on today, guys, that was such a nice, beautiful trade, man. Like, couldn't ask for a better Monday. Sorry, Tuesday. If you were on, appreciate it, man. It makes it way more fun for me when I have people on. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. Please subscribe because I go live every single day at 6:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. And if you're not subbed to this Discord, it's free. So get in the Discord. We chop it up every morning. I set up my pre-market plans every day. This was my pre-market plan today, and it worked out to a T. So if you're in that cord, thank you. If you're not, join it up. All right.